guys, if you always wanted to learn how to make Auntie Anne's cinnamon sugar pretzels, well today is your lucky day. Okay guys, so we're going to start off with 1.5 cups of lukewarm water, not boiling. Then we're going to grab some yeast. I'm using half a packet, which is 1¼ teaspoons. And step number 1 is just stir, stir, stir until everything dissolves. That's the whole entire thing we're doing in this step, is just stirring all our ingredients so it gets dissolved in the water. Probably the easiest thing in the whole entire process of making the pretzels. Then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. And again, stir, stir, stir. Just keep stirring away. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And the brown sugar is going to add a nice sweetness to the dough, which makes it a little bit different than your average pretzel. So this is pretty much going to be our base before we start to put in our flour and form it into an actual dough. Alright, so for the flour, we're going to use 1 cup of bread flour and 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Now I'm using King Arthur. Reason I'm using that brand, and a lot of bakers do use it, is because it's higher in protein, so you'll get a better rise out of your dough. So we're just going to put our scoop in, level it on off, and then put it right into our mixture that we made with the yeast, water, brown sugar, and salt. See how it's all nice and combined in there? So get that right in there. I mean, could I do this any faster? Come on now, any day. You guys get the idea. Then I'm going to grab my all-purpose flour before Christmas. And I'm going to put that in with our mixture. And take your hands and give it a nice big mix. Or you can also use a mixing bowl if you want to do that too, but you know me, I'm primitive, so I just like to get in there, use my hands, and get dirty when I cook. Now, the reason that I'm using bread flour instead of just all-purpose is because bread flour helps more gluten develop, so it's going to make your pretzel a little bit more chewy. You can certainly use all-purpose flour if you don't have bread flour in your house, but with the addition of the bread flour, you're going to get a better product at the end when you're finished. And if your dough is way too sticky like mine was, it's not a big deal. Just add more flour, knead it on in, and that'll solve your problem real quick. So we're going to grab some plastic wrap, and I'm just going to put it right over my dough and let it sit and rest, chill out, do its thing for 30 minutes. Okay, fast forward to 30 minutes later and our dough has rested. I'm going to throw a little bit of flour down on my workspace, get it ready to go. There's our dough. It's all nice and rested. It doubled in size and it's really soft. See, when I touch it, it's not sticky whatsoever. Really easy to work with. Really, really easy. So I'm going to grab a little piece of dough here, about a golf ball size. If you do it a little bit bigger, it's not really a big deal. And then we're going to roll it out into little or long snake pieces, and we're going to twist it up into pretzel dough shapes and bake it on off. And that's it. That's all there is to it. This is the hardest part, is rolling it out into a long little snake thing, because sometimes it sticks together and you have to work really quick. That's what I learned from it. So this is what the dough looks like when you roll it out into a snake or a rope or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to put it in a U shape, give it a twist, flip it over, and there goes your pretzel. And I swear to God, the more that I did this, I got a little better at it. You have that is pretty sad looking. I'm sorry guys, I apologize. And then I'm going to dip it in some water with baking soda. That's so embarrassing. Look at my pretzel. Hey, let me show it to you guys one more time. So you make a U shape, twist the ends around, and then it's like slow motion version, and then flip it over. There goes your pretzel. And I swear to God, this is like the second or third pretzel that I made. After making 30 of them, by number 25, I was pretty good at the shapes. This one is a little pathetic looking, so I don't want to see any hater comments about how sad my pretzels look. Haters. And then I have some water with baking soda. We're going to dip the pretzel in that and then put it on a baking sheet that's greased and bake it. Here's the pretzels before they go into the oven. I have my oven preheated at 450 degrees. We're going to put them in for 10 minutes. Check them a little before that because they might get a little crispy. Do you guys like how they're all different sizes? I like variety with my pretzels. Then your pretzel comes out of the oven. Make sure you take a Lipitor first and then melt 1 stick of butter. This is true. Then we're going to dip the pretzel in it and then dip in the mixture of cinnamon and sugar. Finish, brew yourself a nice cup of piping hot espresso or coffee. It goes really, really good with these when they're warm out of the oven. Serve it with your cinnamony, buttery, sugary pretzels. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.